And a round of applause isn't enough to echo the greatness of International Women's Day. Women are known for the greatness and dedication from households and beyond. Thus, women came out in numbers as well as men in the Tononoka Hall, where the High Commissioner of UK, Jen Marriott, shouldered with the women and voiced on the gender-based violence which leaves victims with bruises while perpetrators gets away. She vowed to shelter and support women on the launch of the Situation Room, which is meant to help in fighting gender-based violence.
I'm delighted to be here today in Mombasa for International Women's Day, and in particular working with Sauti and the hotline for gender-based violence. Today, as you know, is International Women's Day. Every day should be International Human Day, because the challenges that we face together are great and can be overcome together. But it is true that we have a particular problem with gender-based violence. 1 in 3 women globally will experience some sort of physical or sexual violence in her lifetime. I too have been a victim or a survivor of sexual assault in the course of my work. And it's really important that we are here today together and are always supporting each other. So I think on International Women's Day, there's often some controversy about women get one day. And I think the importance of this is that we get this day in particular to highlight issues that affect women, but the solutions are ones that we do together, both male and female. And as we've seen with some of the cases reported to the toll-free hotline you can see behind me, is that almost a third of the cases reported in so far have been men at the receiving end of domestic abuse from women. So this is something that disproportionately affects women. It affects women more, and it affects children more, and it affects those with disabilities more, but it does also impact on men, both as victims and as perpetrators. So the solution is actually a very simple one, which is that this negatively impacts all of us, and we all need to work together, whether male or female, to come to the solutions.
The Situation Room would be a pillar to the victim, which UK, through the Reinvent program, is supporting a toll-free line which was set up by the Sauti ya Wanawake.
So one of the key sort of gaps that was identified as COVID began was an easy way for men and women to report gender-based violence, and that's why the UK has helped set up this toll-free hotline so people can ring in and it's free and the support is free. So that's one of the key issues that we've been supporting. I think as we get towards the elections, we'll also be looking at tech-based solutions, for example, to help report gender-based violence so we can get a better sense of the data, because once you understand the data, as Esther from the county was saying to me earlier, once you understand the data, you can then understand where to put your budgets, where to put your support.
While on the other hand, Sadia Hussain was crowned as a superwoman as a gender-based violence survivor by the UK High Commissioner. Sadia expresses her dark past in the female genital mutilation and its effect.
And for me, I was so much excited to go through FGM, but unfortunately, the regret starts after it has been done. And FGM is irreversible. You cannot change the situation anymore. It happened, it has happened. So there is a total deception, because FGM entails the razor, some use even knives, and there is bloodshed. There is no way you can become clean. So the cleanliness they are talking about is a total betrayal and deception altogether. For me, I was expecting maybe they will wash me so that I will become clean. And FGM will never increase your age. So the way they're saying you will become a woman is a total lie again. So now that I have my brains are mature enough to know what is right and wrong, I decided to say it's enough. And I felt the pain when I started giving birth to my first daughter. When it happened to me, you know, when you are an innocent child, you don't even know whether it was right or wrong. But afterwards, during my delivery, that's when I felt FGM follows you all your life. You know, I had to be cut by traditional birth attendants for me to pass my daughter. And when I fainted, I didn't even know I was existing anymore. I gave up on life. But when I opened my eyes and I saw God gave me a daughter, and I told to myself, actually, God has sent me a signal to save other girls from what I experienced. And I said to my mother, Mom, you know what? You failed to protect me, but I will protect my daughter. She will never go through FGM. Then I wanted to grab my daughter, and I couldn't do so because of the wound. I thought maybe I can just sit properly and maybe hold my daughter and kiss her, but I was unable to do that because of the pain. You know, I cannot sit properly anymore. And for me, at once I told my mother, you know what happened to me was never right and it should stop. Then the complications continued. My second daughter, again, I had to go through a lot. And the myth and misconceptions was, if I go to the hospital, it's even worse. So they will cut you with scissors instead of a razor. So I was scared to go to the hospital. But my third daughter, I said, no, I think I should go to the hospital and also see what's there. But unfortunately, I ended up going through cesarean because, you know, after the cut, you will again go back to normal. And every time you want to deliver, you have to be cut, whether in hospital or at home. For me, I empower women and girls, even the survivors. Yes, it happened to them. They never heard the voice like me, but we can transform and change the narrative by empowering our own daughters. If I was able to save my daughters based on my experience, then other survivors should follow the suit. And today I feel this award is for all the survivors. Reason being, it will inspire them and motivate them to raise their voices as well. When I used to speak against FGM, people used to tell me, you know, Saadia, you talk about private issues. And I told them, the moment you interfered with our private parts, it is no longer private. We have to raise our voices and protect girls from going through the same.
The theme of women in leadership, achieving an equal future in a COVID-19 world, seemed to set a new chapter for women.
I think we've seen with COVID, when we look at our leaders globally, that there are some amazing female leaders out there who have led us through COVID. So for anyone who says women can't lead, we just show them the women in leadership positions at the highest level or at the community level throughout the world, and the evidence speaks for itself. Men and women can be leaders.
As the world is celebrating the International Women's Day, today women have come out quite a number to celebrate their empowerment and also highlight some of the issues that are affecting them, including GBV. And the High Commissioner of UK today held up the message of actually putting up a fight on women and empowering them as well. Behind me is the Situation Room where things will be highlighted concerning the GBV. Reporting for Ashifa TV, I'm Dalila Hamza.